Aloha! Welcome to Kalaeloa Raceway Park's recap of the December 9th, 2012 KRP Oval Grand Opening. I'm your host, Michael Kitchens, and thank you for joining us. Located in the former Barbers Point Naval Air Station, Kalaeloa Raceway Park is a grassroots motorsports facility created with the intent to replace the now closed Hawaii Raceway Park. KRP opened its doors in August 2010 after a 3-year development process, and since that time, it has become a motorsports destination for fans all across Oahu. Featuring such motorsports as sand drags, hula cross, motocross, and special events like our popular cruise nights, KRP now adds another event to the mix, the return of stock car racing. The grand opening of the KRP Oval is a historic event. Stock car racing was one of Oahu's most popular forms of organized motorsports, and it garnered an enormous following. It has been since late 2005, a time period of over 7 years since the last event. The completion of the valve service stock car oval track is a culmination of years of hard work and determination by the owners, workers, and volunteers that have poured their hearts into making KRP a reality. Boy Moniz is an ardent supporter of KRP along with his family, and he had this to say about returning to racing.
It feels good. Made a lot of changes to the car, so it seems to work a lot better now. But yeah, it's an awesome feeling to be back in the car again. After spending all that money and waiting all this time, it's well worth it. And I give a shout out to the guys working on the track. I mean, they put a lot of time and effort and got some speed bumps, but it's going to be well worth the wait once it's all said and done. So I really appreciate what KRP has done for us as far as giving us the time to come out and play. So I have no complaints.
Larry Toro was a frequent competitor at Hawaii Motor Speedway and is looking forward to racing at KRP along with his family. We caught up with Larry as he was getting ready to run.
Yeah, it's good to get the rust off. It's been 7 years and hopefully everything works out fine and we can be out here, you know, having fun again. And to me, it's a family sport. I have my wife, my family, my dad. You know, it's bonding basically for all of us racers, which we brought up on the old Hawaii Raceway Park. So it's just a passion and a love for the sport, I guess. So good luck, Junior, and let's get moving.
Alright, let's get back to the grand opening. Today's event is a full format exhibition race dedicated to those we have loved and lost since the closure of Hawaii Raceway Park. As part of the grand opening ceremony, we gave the racers a chance to remember their loved ones in a special memorial hot lap session. We're happy that so many turned out to participate and remember. With that, we'd like to give a huge mahalo to several sponsors in appreciation for their donations for today's event. Valve Service and Supply, who provides consistent and competitive pricing along with personalized service and prompt, accurate quotations. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. TM Motorsports, your authorized dealer for Alpine Stars, UM Performance ATV, and Simpson Race products. And of course, the Pagoda Hotel and the Skyline at Island Colony for their generous one-night stay giveaways. After packing the track and getting hot laps out of the way, let's get directly into racing. Here's a brief highlight of the heat results. With many of the registered competitors still putting their vehicles together for the 2013 season, we had a compact field, but the racing was still highly charged and exciting. We'll be running through the divisions as we go. First up on track are the mini mods. Leading the field was number 6, Darrick Rodrigues, who put in a strong performance from start to finish and led the field by several car lengths. In the modified division, number 85, Crispin Tabangcura, came out on top of number 50, Brian Kovaloff, after one mistake by Brian midway through the heat. The spectacular wing sprints division had a decent field with number 24, Jimmy Pontin, coming up from third to take the win as the rest moved into the final lane. ECONO sprints was an exciting heat to watch as number 22, Boy Moniz, battled against 3 other racers for the first heat win. And number 18, Shawn Moniz, took in the top finish for Heat 2. Number 20, Robert Chinen, led a tightly packed Street Stocks division heat into the final lane. These cars really have a great roar to them and the crowd enjoyed it a lot. Mini Stock was also split into 2 separate heats, with number 1, Brandon Moniz, taking the first heat and number 43, Koa Grace, taking the second heat. With a great field of cars, mini stock really got the crowd going with some great thrills and chills. Cruiser Bruisers, also known as the Bomber class, was a serious grind of competitors with some crazy carnage courtesy of number 57, Todd Schuler, and number 77, Lonnie Baker. Number 08, Shawn Bautista took the win for the heat. With completion of the heats, all of the competitors move forward to the final mains. Let's go straight into the action as we start off with our first main, the Mini Mods division. And here's the KRP Oval official lineup for the Mini Mods division. Starting in the pole position, number 6, Darrick Rodrigues. Alongside him is number 48, Bula Nelson. In row 2 is number 14, Richard Stewart. Fourth position is number 32, Clyde Sequin, with number 28, Anthony McCandless, bringing up the rear. And it looks like the lineup is ready. Here they come around the first corner. Darrick Rodrigues, he gets the green flag and he's off, followed by number 14, Richard Stewart. Bula Nelson, number 48. And Bula Nelson goes wide, allowing number 32, Clyde Sequin, to go right by him. Following it up there by number 28, Anthony McCandless. Darrick Rodrigues still in the lead. As he comes around the bend, he's obviously repeating his performance from the initial heat. The race is actually here with number 14, Richard Stewart, number 32, Clyde Sequin, right on his rear. Bula Nelson trying to catch up with him. And of course, Anthony McCandless in the back just trying to hold on. Darrick Rodrigues doing a great job now, extending his lead by a wide margin. Whoa! Richard Stewart is stolen somehow. And number 32, Clyde Sequin, and Bula Nelson go right by him. Anthony McCandless falling back, still behind Richard Stewart, can't pass him. Darrick Rodrigues still pounding out that lead, taking almost a quarter of the oval ahead of the pack. Clyde Sequin still in second place, followed by Bula Nelson. Anthony McCandless still in the back. Might be having some car problems. But it looks like it's Darrick Rodrigues' race to lose here. He definitely has a great commanding lead and is showing his driver skills. That car is really put together, I guess, today, and he's showing it. No change in the field as the drivers start to spread out. Their vehicles, of course, are not exactly, 2013 season ready. That's what this race is pretty much all about, is a chance to get out there and have some fun. It looks like Richard Stewart actually is making a move on Bula Nelson. Out of the pack is really tightening together. Bula Nelson right back up on Clyde Sequin. Oh, Richard Stewart spins, and that's going to bring out the caution flag. And we're going to go ahead and get a restart right in the middle of the race. From watching the replay, it looks like Richard Stewart got out into the outside dirt, but it's all loose out there and just got spun around. No problem, since we're going to do a restart, we're going to get all the cars lined back up. Darrick Rodrigues really pulled out ahead of the pack. This is going to give them a chance to get back together and get regrouped and give the crowd something to watch. And we're just waiting for the racers to line back up for the single file restart. It looks like Anthony McCandless is actually sitting back here. Richard Stewart is taking the 4th place position. And we've got the green flag for the restart. Darrick Rodrigues still out in front, of course. Followed by 48, Bula Nelson. 32, Clyde Sequin. Richard Stewart trying to catch up to Clyde. Anthony hanging back there. It's a little bit tighter field now between the back 4. Darrick once again taking off and leaving everyone. Clyde Sequin gets a little squirrely on the outside. Richard Stewart not able to take advantage of it, but he's getting up there inside his wheel. Bula Nelson taking advantage of this and taking off away from the pack. And Richard Stewart passes Clyde on the inside. Clyde making a small mistake and giving him the advantage. The field is really starting to spread out now. Bula Nelson trying to catch up to Darrick Rodrigues, but I don't think he can do it. Richard Stewart holding out that brand new lead over Clyde Sequin. And Anthony McCandless holding up that rear position. The field is definitely spread out now. Darrick Rodrigues coming around here. Into corner 1. great job by everybody getting their vehicles ready for this exhibition race. Our KRP Oval Grand Opening, December 9th, 2012. And what a great event we've got going today. We hope that you've enjoyed everything that's been happening so far. Darrick Rodrigues still in the lead. No problems just yet. He's just trying to mop up the event and take the first win for the mini mods. Oh, 132. Clyde Sequin goes around. Anthony McCandless passing him into third position. We've got a yellow flag, of course, but that is going to definitely put Clyde at the back of the pack, and we're going to have another restart. Your order is number 1, Darrick Rodrigues, followed by Bula Nelson, number 48. Richard Stewart, number 14. Anthony McCandless actually moving up, number 28. And Clyde Sequin following in the rear. Yellow flags are still out, but it looks like we're going to drop them now, and we are going to get this going. Here they come. Green flag. Darrick Rodrigues taking off. Richard Stewart unable to hang on to Bula Nelson's rear end. Richard Stewart actually getting a little bit of competition here from Anthony McCandless, and I don't know where Clyde Sequin, I believe Clyde Sequin actually went off the track. He must have had problems with his vehicle. That drops the field down to 4 cars. So number 6, Darrick Rodrigues coming around the bend. He's done a remarkable job with this race. I'm sure he's enjoying his drive as he takes the white flag. That's the last lap flag. We've got one more lap for our mini mods division. And it looks like Darrick Rodrigues is going to be the historic first winner of the first stock car race at the brand new KRP Oval. Congratulations to Darrick Rodrigues. Coming in second place is Bula Nelson, number 48. Third place, number 14, Richard Stewart. Anthony McCandless, and DNF, Clyde Sequin, number 32. Darrick Rodrigues is going to take the traditional flag and get his picture taken. He's got the checkered. He's going to get one parade lap to enjoy and savor his victory. And this is a tradition for stock car, if you've never seen it, actually. So congratulations to Darrick Rodrigues, taking the win for the Mini Mods division. He won it from beginning to end, doing a fantastic job. Congratulations again to Darrick Rodrigues. Next up in today's exhibition race is the Modifieds division. We've got 2 fast competitors starting out with number 85, Crispin Tabangcura, in the pole position, with number 50, Brian Kovaloff, beside him. It's going to be a straight fight between these two, and here we go. Coming around turn 1, and they've got the green flag, and they're off, with Crispin coming up ahead in front of Brian. Brian having some problems going wide on the turn. Crispin getting a slight lead over Brian, trying to maintain that here for the second lap. Brian up on 3 wheels here around the corner, and he's spun already. Wow, that means that we're going to have a yellow flag again. And looks like we're going to have to restart. Alright, straight back to the restart. Here we go. Back online. Crispin, number 85, going around. Brian's holding a little bit closer this time. Holding on to him, number 50. Coming up alongside him, right past him, actually cutting out in front of him. The crowd loves it. Looks like Crispin having a lot of problems here coming around that 4th turn. So, Brian Kovaloff in the lead now. Actually, a pretty good lead. Taking off from a little rough around turn 4. But he's doing a good job, Brian. Superman Kovaloff, number 50, out in front right now. And Crispin having a heck of a time trying to catch up here. Brian maintaining his lead. Of course, this is an exhibition race, our first Modifieds race for the 2012 season. And actually our last. So number 50, Brian Kovaloff, coming around turn 1. Holding a healthy advantage. No problems here for Brian. Crispin doing his best to catch up, but Brian seems to be really kind of staying well ahead of him on these turns. Maybe we can get a spin or something to go ahead and get these two back together and get a restart going. That would actually play more in Crispin's favor than Brian's. But they are definitely doing a great job. Our first modified race, actual race. So these guys are really out there having a good time. We actually have quite a few more modifieds that will be coming out in the 2013 season. They're still working on their cars, getting them running, getting them going. And it does take quite a bit. Oh, we got a spin. We got a spin from Crispin. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. This is going to cause a restart here, and we'll pack them closer together. Brian on the gas as he comes around that corner hard. Crispin coming around, staying on Brian's tail. He's a lot closer. Oh, and we got another spin. And that's it for Crispin going around one more time. But since this is an exhibition race, we're going to just go ahead and finish it out to the end. There's only 2 cars, of course. So we're going to keep the action going here. So Brian Kovaloff getting lucky on that restart, that initial restart, and taking the advantage away from Crispin to come out ahead. There's the white flag for the final lap. So it looks like Brian Kovaloff, number 50, is going to take it from Crispin here for the first modified win ever at the Valve Service Stock Car Oval Track. Congratulations to Brian Kovaloff, Superman, as his nickname is. And here we are again with tradition. Brian Kovaloff holding that checkered flag nice and high, showing everybody that, hey, he's number 1. Congratulations to number 50, Brian Kovaloff, for taking the win. Now let's head directly into the wing sprint division with the most powerful cars out here today. In the pole position is number 24, Jimmy Pontin, with number 20, James Chinen alongside. In row 2 is number 1, Sheldon Moniz, and number 05, Rocky Silva. On row 3 is number 14, Tony Lederer, and number 66, Paul Perry Jr. And the final row with number 12, Patrick Krob, and number 18, Chad Moniz. And it kicks off with Jimmy Pontin, number 24, in the lead, number 20, James Chinen behind him, number 1, Sheldon Moniz in 3rd place. Jimmy and James battling it out here. We got number 66, Paul Perry Jr. in a spin. Rocky Silva is spinning as well to avoid the crash. And we've got our first yellow of the race. These cars are extremely fast and powerful, and there's not much room on this track, so we can probably expect a few of these throughout the race. Here we go, right back into the action. Jimmy Pontin on the gas again. James Chinen right alongside him once more, and James takes the lead from Jimmy. Jimmy having a little problem. James Chinen out the lead. Oh, and now we got number 1. We got Sheldon Moniz coming out in front. And Jimmy takes it back. Rocky Silva in the 4th place position. James Chinen having a little bit of a problem around turn 2. Jimmy taking advantage to get right back up there. Rocky Silva having some contact with Sheldon Moniz. Fantastic action. Oh, James spins. He goes around in a real whirlwind. That was a big spin, and that's going to cause another yellow flag. Looks like Patrick Krob, number 12, also went around. So here we go with the single file restart. Jimmy Pontin, number 24, out in front. Rocky Silva in 2nd. Sheldon Moniz hanging on to 3rd. Jimmy doing a fantastic job staying ahead. Rocky Silva doing his best to catch up. Sheldon Moniz is hanging with Rocky right now. Sheldon trying to get Rocky some heat for that 2nd place position. Going wide a little bit. Jimmy taking out a substantial lead by at least 5 to 6 cars. And we got another spin. Number 14, that's Tony Lederer, causing another yellow flag. Here we go with the restart. Jimmy Pontin once again leading the charge. Rocky Silva, number 05, followed by Sheldon Moniz. Sheldon Moniz going wide on the turn. Oh, we got contact. Sheldon Moniz flipping through the air. That was a pretty dramatic accident. Let's go ahead and take another look at it and see what happened. Taking a look at the replay, we've got Jimmy and Rocky battling it out with Sheldon going high on the track. James Chinen sticking his nose in. It looks like Sheldon comes down on him trying to close the door, and that's where the contact was made. Of course, our emergency teams responded. And this is actually one of our first fairly big accidents at the racetrack. So we've got our medic on standby at all times, and he's over there checking them out. And there's Sheldon out. Looks like he's a little bit dizzy, but he's okay. So good to see that he's all right, and we're going to get right back into the racing excitement with our restart. Number 24, Jamie Pontin, once again in first place, followed by Rocky Silva. We've got the green flag and the restart. Jimmy staying out in front. Number 18, Chad Moniz, now in third place with number 66, Paul Perry behind him. Number 12, Patrick Kovaloff spinning as number 14, Tony Lederer, goes right by him. Unfortunately, Patrick is eliminated due to car troubles. Straight into the restart, Jimmy Pontin in the pole position, followed by 05, Rocky Silva, number 18, Chad Moniz, 14, Tony Lederer, and 66, Paul Perry behind him. Jimmy coming around turn 4, hard charging. Wow, Jimmy really extending his lead now. The field is spreading out just a bit. If you've never seen these vehicles up close, they are amazingly well constructed and are extremely exciting to watch, especially in large numbers. Some great action here with the first wing sprint race for 2012, and of course we've got 2013 coming up. Jimmy doing a great job, staying out in the lead by a substantial amount. Rocky Silva hanging on, going through turn 2. It looks like number 18, Chad Moniz, actually had some problems and went to the outside. He's going a lot slower than the rest of the cars. I think he is going to be exiting the track. Yeah, he is. He must have had some problems. Of course, James Chinen is out, number 20, after that contact with Sheldon Moniz. Rocky Silva just not able to catch up to Jimmy. Looks like number 66, Paul Perry, is actually falling back behind as well. Jimmy coming around turn 4. Looks like we're going to have a late yellow flag for the exit of Chad Moniz. So we're going to do a single file restart. Of course, this is going to bring everybody back together. It's going to be a lot more fun now for the crowd. Restart. Jimmy, Rocky, followed by Tony Lederer and Paul Perry. This restart really had a chance to pack the field together, but it looks like Jimmy is taking off once more. Tony Lederer now advancing up to the third place position. Paul Perry losing it in the back there, so we're going to have another restart. Of course, this is understandable. It's our first exhibition race since 2005. And you can really hear the roar of these engines as we go back to the action. Jimmy staying out ahead of Rocky on that restart. Rocky going a little bit too far in, and we've got another spin and a restart once more. Here we go. Well, Rocky moved to the back of the pack, of course. Trying to catch up to Paul Perry Jr., number 66. Going on the outside, he can't get him. He's going to tuck himself back behind him and try and get him again on the outside going through turn 1. Rocky working, Paul Perry just waiting for the opportunity. It's a pretty tight battle here between Paul Perry and Rocky Silva. Paul Perry getting stressed. Rocky coming on the inside. Rocky on the attack, and he's by him. So Rocky now into the third place position. Tony Lederer into second. Jimmy still out in front, number 1. Oh, and Paul Perry loses it, and we've got another yellow flag. Looks like Paul Perry's been eliminated. We just have 3 cars on field now. Jimmy, Tony, Rocky. Rocky doing his best to move up to the second place position. Oh, Tony a little wobbly. Can Rocky take advantage of it? No, not just yet. Jimmy staying out with a really great lead. Doesn't look like he's going to lose this one. Looks pretty unstoppable today. Really able to dominate this last half of the wing sprint division. And Tony Lederer keeping ahead of Rocky through each turn. It's all all about how you enter the corners and how you take them out. You got to make sure that back end straightens out as you come around so that you can really get on the gas and get it moving. That's the last lap. Last lap for Jimmy Pontin coming around. Turn 4 with the first historic win for the Wing Sprint Division. That was a really awesome race. Great fun. These guys doing a really good job on getting their vehicles ready for this race. The crowd is absolutely loving these cars. Jimmy taking the win in style as he comes around with that checkered flag for his celebration lap. Congratulations, Jimmy. Moving on to our next division, it's the ECONO Sprints, and we've got a great lineup. Taking pole is number 22, Boy Moniz, with number 18, Shawn Moniz. Row 2 features number 48, Kapena Kilinoi, and number 43, Cy Thomas. On row 3 is number 4, Larry Peterson, with number 7X, Jeremy Moniz. And on the final row, number 8, Kala Kilinoi, and number 2, Kalika Bell. And it's go time as number 22, Boy Moniz, stomps on it. Shawn Moniz giving him some serious competition as they enter turn 2. Number 48, Kapena Kilinoi, and number 43, Cy Thomas right behind them. Number 7X, Jeremy Moniz going wide as number 8K, Kala Kilinoi takes advantage. Larry Peterson passes Cy Thomas on the straightaway. Cy going wide, but still able to keep ahead of Kala. These cars are quick. This is some killer competition we're watching right now. It looks like the battle is between Boy and Shawn Moniz, showing that racing really is in their blood. And it looks like number 4, Larry Peterson, is making a move on Kapena Kilinoi, and he does it as they head through corner 1. That puts him into 3rd place. Cy Thomas has fallen back to 7th place, just before Kalika Bell, number 2. These ECONO Sprints are perfect for this small track. Boy Moniz, number 22, still leading the pack. We have a major battle going on between Boy and Shawn. These guys going toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano on this racetrack. The valve service stock car oval track. These two really going at it. Shawn doing his best to get up underneath Boy Moniz. A little bobble there. Well, but looks like Boy's made a mistake. Shawn's got him alongside Mullen. He can't make it stick and has to back off. Boy Moniz is relentless. He is not giving up 1 inch here to Shawn. He might be his brother. He's definitely not giving him any chances to move ahead on this. Shawn actually losing some ground on Boy now. Most likely due to that mistake earlier. And they're actually catching up to number 2, Kalika Bell. We might possibly have some lap traffic. Oh, we got a spin here. But he's out of the way fast. I believe that's Cy Thomas, number 43. The battle still raging between Shawn and Boy. But it looks like number 4, Larry Peterson, is using this to his advantage and is moving up as Boy and Shawn pass Kalika Bell. Kalika's now lap traffic. 1 lap down from the leaders. Larry Peterson is definitely getting up there with Shawn now, applying some pressure. Earlier it was just these first 2 running around. Shawn looks like he got into Boy there for just a moment. Larry Peterson going extremely wide and losing ground to Shawn. So again, it's back to just Shawn and Boy leading this charge. Shawn trying to make that killer move on Boy, but not really getting a chance to. Number 7X, Jeremy Moniz, trying to make a move on Kala as they come down the front straightaway. Oh, and we got Cy Thomas in a spin. That's going to draw up a yellow flag, and we're going to get a restart. This has been a frantic race, non-stop from beginning to end almost. And it's really been exciting to watch this one. Here's your current lineup. Boy Moniz, followed by Shawn Moniz, Larry Peterson, Kalakili Inoi, Jeremy Moniz, Kapinakali Inoi, Kalika Bell, and Cy Thomas in the back. The green flag goes off. Boy Moniz and Shawn at it once more. Larry Peterson with a big chance to take a shot at Shawn. Kala being harassed by Jeremy Moniz. And the field is definitely much more packed together. Looks like into 7th place. And the top 3 are now pulling away from the rest of the pack. Let's see if Larry can take a shot at Shane. Oh, and he's getting right up there on him. Goes wide though. That's going to slow him down. He's going to definitely lose some distance on Shane. Looks like Jeremy Moniz making a huge move on Koa, going right by him. That's a good place right there. Boy Moniz, number 22, leading this race from beginning to end practically. Shane battling him the entire time, trying to make a move, make him make mistakes, something that can get him moved forward in position. And it looks like we've got Kapanakali with a spin and a yellow flag to the restart. Packed field once more. These guys are real close together now. Larry Peterson may have a chance, but he's receiving some pressure from Jeremy Moniz, who kind of loses it a little bit. And that's the last lap. Looks like Boy Moniz, number 22, has got this one in the bag. Taking the checkered flag for the ECONO Sprints division. Oh, and we got a spin right at the end. A dramatic finish to this fantastic race. Non-stop action the whole way through. Good stuff. Boy Moniz, congratulations to him carrying that checkered flag back around to the start-finish line. And we're going to move on to our next division now. It's the Super Street's turn to tear up the track. We have a small field of cars for this exhibition race, with number 20, Robert Chinen, taking the pole. Number 21, Joe Kovaloff, next to him. In the second and final row, number 33, Angel Rodrigues, alongside number 5, Randy Felici. As they come onto the straightaway, the green flag drops, and it looks like Robert Chinen battling against Joe Kovaloff, number 20. Joe going real wide. Angel Rodrigues taking advantage of it and getting in front of Joe. Robert Chinen using this to his advantage and is taking off now, leaving Angel and Joe behind. It looks like number 5, Randy Felici, is definitely having some problems. He's going extremely slow. It's a battle between Angel Rodrigues and Joe Kovaloff as Robert Chinen just takes off into the distance. Robert Chinen making some breathing room for himself. He has a huge advantage right now, leaving Angel and Joe back behind him quite a ways. It looks like Randy Felici has actually exited the track, so it's now down to 3 cars in this very small field. Robert Chinen again making some huge strides in getting away from Angel Rodrigues. Really planting the rear end of that car and accelerating well out of the corners. I believe that Angel and Joe, Joe spins, losing control, no yellow flags on this. We're just going to keep going. That's going to hurt his chances, and it looks like Angel is going to get a huge lead now over Joe Kovaloff as Robert starts to reel him in. Joe back underway, trying to get the power down and get that car moving so that he doesn't become lap traffic in a 3-car race. It goes really wide on turn 4 into turn 1 and 2. Robert Chinen following closely behind him. Robert eating up the track, catching up to Joe now. And it looks like he's going to pass him on the inside of corner 1. Makes it out of corner 2, and he is now in front. Joe is 1 lap down. Robert Chinen really showing what he can do with that number 20 car. Angel Rodrigues in the red 33. Looks like he might be next for Robert, although he does have quite a bit of distance between him and Robert. Robert is on a fiery charge right now, really pushing it down. Something flying off his car just there. It doesn't look like it's hurt him in any way, so it must have been just a piece of debris. These cars absolutely thunder down this track. You can really hear them as they step on that throttle, and they get it going as they come around. Those big meaty tires digging into the dirt. Good stuff. So Robert Chinen, number 20, taking the white flag. Here we go, the last lap. He's got a fantastic cushion between him and Angel Rodrigues. So Robert Chinen takes the win as he flies past the checkered flag on this last lap. So what can you say? Robert Chinen, number 20, dominating that entire race. No survivors as Robert celebrates holding that checkered flag nice and high. And he's definitely got reason to be proud for this run. And we're going to move on to our next division now. We have a great turnout for the mini stock division as 9 cars take the field, starting with number 1, Brandon Moniz, and 43, Koa Grace in the number 2 spot. Row 2 is number 8, Keahi Kilinoi with number 99, Bobby Carrick. Row 3 includes number 7, Dayton Kawashima, and number 96, Kali'i Batung. Row 4 is number 18, Brandon Moniz with number 14, Kepa Alameda, and number 42, Glenn Rigo in the final position. Let's watch as the mini stocks get rolling. And the race is on with Brandon Moniz, number 1, in the pole position, leading Koa Grace. Koa Grace actually going far to the outside and dropping back. Keahi Kilinoi taking the number 2 spot with Dayton Kawashima moving up to 3rd. Brandon Moniz making a huge charge from the back. Oh, it looks like Koa's gone far to the outside into the soft dirt. He's fallen back quite a ways, battling it out against Kepa Alameda. Dayton Kawashima coming up alongside Keahi, and oh, they've made contact. Keahi going right out into the dirt. His hood is loose actually now. Brandon Moniz charging ahead, and it looks like number 42, Glenn Rigo, is out with a flat tire. And we've got some serious competition between 4 cars. Number 14, Kepa Alameda coming up ahead. Koa Grace falling back to Bobby Carrick. Bobby Carrick alongside Koa as they come into turn 4. Koa losing it slightly and dropping back. This is a fantastic field of competition. Kepa Alameda moving in on Dayton Kawashima, number 7. Number 7 forced to go on the outside, and Koa Grace and Bobby Carrick battling it out again. Koa on the inside of Bobby Carrick coming into turn 1. Well, we got some contact between Koa and Bobby. Koa losing it, losing 2 places as Bobby Carrick and Kali'i Batung go right past him. Brandon Moniz keeping up the pace here with Brandon Moniz following close behind. In 3rd place is Kepa Alameda, followed by number 7, Dayton Kawashima. Bobby Carrick is in 5th, Kali'i Batung is 6th, with number 43, Koa Grace in the final position. Keahi Kilinoi and Glenn Rigo are eliminated due to problems with their vehicles. We've got a 3-way brawl here between Kepa, Dayton, and Bobby Carrick. Oh, Dayton hitting Kepa's back end and losing ground. Bobby Carrick trying to take advantage of it, coming alongside him on the outside. It looks like Koa Grace is off track. Bobby Carrick back on it again, going against Dayton Kawashima, number 99 versus number 7. And he's got it. Bobby has taken the position away from Dayton. Number 14, Kepa Alameda, holding on to the 3rd place position behind Brandon and Brandon Moniz. Keahi Kilinoi hanging back behind Kali'i Batung, trying to take advantage of it. Going wide on that turn, though. That's not going to help him at all. Kali'i Batung making a move on Dayton Kawashima, number 96. He's got him on the inside. Can he hold him? Dayton holding his own against Kali'i Batung. And Kali'i loses it. He's off track, and Keahi's going to take the 5th place position. Back to the front row, Brandon Moniz. Leading Brandon Moniz. Brandon seems to be slowing down slightly. Not sure what's going on there. Getting a bigger gap coming around the corner. Followed by Kepa Alameda, who happens to be in 3rd place. Bobby Carrick 4th. Dayton Kawashima in 5th, and Keahi Kilinoi taking 6th, with Kali'i Batung being lapped by the leader. The number 1 car holding strong against Brandon Moniz. Bobby Carrick has Kepa Alameda in his sights, and Bobby shoots past him quite easily. I'm not sure, but I think Kepa's got something wrong with his car. The red and white car of Brandon Moniz is holding strong against the field. His only competition, Brandon Moniz, is now gone from the track. Must have had car problems. He has exited. This leaves Brandon with a huge lead over the competition. Kali'i, number 96, still a lap down. Bobby Carrick has moved up to the 2nd position thanks to Brandon's exit, followed by number 8, Keahi, who has moved up to 3rd. Number 7, Dayton Kawashima moves up to 4th, with Kepa Alameda heading out with a flat tire. That's some disappointing news for number 14. Koa Grace has just returned to the field, but of course he's several laps down. He'll just be racing for the fun of it as we focus back on number 1, Brandon Moniz. Showing how it's done here with mini stock. He has been practically unstoppable since the race began. If his car can stay together, this is going to be a good day for him. Moving back to Bobby Carrick, number 99. Of course, Koa is several laps down, but Keahi Kilianoi is struggling to get past him. Keahi's target is Bobby, but of course, Koa is going to have to move out the way if he wants this to happen. Coming around into corner 2. Koa Grace right on the back of Bobby Carrick. It looks like he moves to the right, and Keahi's going to be allowed to go right by him as well. Koa, of course, is not going to give it up that easily. He's going to make him work for it regardless. Brandon Moniz, number 1 with the bullet because he's driving like he was shot from a cannon. He has done an amazing job today, racing in the mini stock division with a very well put together car. We can watch him as he comes around to take the last lap. The white flag is out. Into corner 1 and 2, his final lap. And your winner in the mini stock division, Brandon Moniz, is number 1, coming around to grab the checker. This was an absolutely spectacular race. I really enjoyed watching these guys battle out, duke it out, lots of back and forth action between all of them. And Brandon Moniz coming out on top, taking his final lap with the checkered flag here at Kalailoa Raceway Park. Congratulations, Brandon. For 2013, we'll have a brand spanking new class of vehicle. It's the mini truck division, and here's a sneak peek. We still have racers putting their trucks together, but number 50, Steven Chong, was here today to put on a show in his highly modified Dodge mini truck. After only a few laps, you could really see the performance difference between the mini truck and mini stock lap. These trucks are fast, and Steven was well ahead of the pack before even reaching mid-race. The blue, white, and silver number 50 took the symbolic win for the mini truck category. A big mahalo to Steven and his pit crew for giving us a taste of what we can look forward to in 2013. Our last division was the Cruiser Bruisers, also known as the Bombers. After a hectic first heat, leading the field was number 08, Shawn Bautista, with number 94, Paul Perry III, alongside him. Number 77, Lonnie Baker, took up the last position as they got down to business. Let's watch as they get the action back on track, and here's the start. Shawn Bautista immediately takes the lead in his number 08 car, with Lonnie Baker hanging on to his rear. Paul Perry III seems to have fallen back and still is in 3rd place. This is a small field, of course, but the Bombers are really exciting to watch. Lonnie Baker hanging on. Looks like Paul Perry III actually has already spun out, and with Bombers, we pretty much just move straight ahead. We don't stop at yellow flags no matter what happens. Lonnie Baker hanging it out on turn 4, losing momentum while Shawn Bautista takes off into the distance. Lonnie Baker with another spin. Around corner 1 and 2, this is great fun for the crowd. They love this stuff. Look at Lonnie Baker go, just tearing up the track. Shawn Bautista still in the lead here, number 1 out of a 3-car field. Paul Perry apparently couldn't pass Lonnie on that off-road excursion. So it looks like Shawn is leading the race here with very few problems. Oh, Lonnie Baker into the wall. Playing ping pong with the stock car track. This is awesome to watch. Great fun. Lonnie Baker going deep into corner 4 again. And then getting back on again. Well, Paul Perry almost had a chance to catch up to him, but unfortunately spun. That gives Shawn the chance to go ahead and lap. And Lonnie Baker's left rear tire, his entire wheel has actually came off. So we're just going to let them continue on through here. And there's not going to be any yellow flag or anything. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and call it due to the small amount of competitors. So number 08, Shawn Bautista with the first Cruiser Bruiser win. Congratulations to Shawn. So that's it for the coverage of the December 9th, 2012 KRP Oval Grand Opening. Congratulations to all of the winners, competitors, and spectators for making today's event a fantastic success at the Valve Service Stock Car Oval Track. This has been truly a historic moment in motorsports history for the island of Oahu, all due to a tremendous amount of hard work and dedication by the KRP Ohana. This is simply a small taste of what's to come. The 2013 season will start in March, and we expect an even larger turnout as the year progresses. Our racers are going to dust off the cobwebs and shake the rust off their cars that have sat dormant for so long. Remember, we've got an entire calendar full of events with everything from stock car to hula cross, motocross, sand drags, and more, all happening at KRP all year long. We humbly ask for your support in helping us to continue to build this dream, and look forward to seeing all of you at KRP in the near future. Check out krphawaii.com for more information, but for now, mahalo and aloha from KRP.